Why is there a war against black boys? Because black men are the enemy. Black men are the enemy. Black men are the only men on the planet Earth who can reproduce themselves with any woman on Earth. Black men are the only men on Earth who can reproduce themselves with another woman on the Earth. So we are feared for our genetic reproductive power. We are feared for our genetic reproductive power. This is why 90% of the time when black men were lynched in American history, this is why 90% of the time when black men were lynched in American history, they were also castrated. They were also castrated. They were also castrated. The castration was a jealous, narcissistic attempt by the white power structure to symbolically and metaphorically strip the black man of our God-given genetic predominance on this planet. Great question. Why do black people want mixed kids so bad? Great question, Brother Alston. Great question, Brother Alston. Brother Alston, thank you for your $25, my brother. Why do black people want mixed kids? Because we have been taught through our entire existence in this country and around the world that anything black is worthless, anything black is meaningless, anything black is less than, anything black is barbaric and animalistic. And guess what? We have bought into the propaganda. We have bought into the brainwash. We have bought into the narrative, my brother. That's why black people want their children to look lighter than them. This is one of the biggest reasons for the snow bunny crisis. This is one of the biggest reasons for the snow bunny crisis. This is one of the biggest reasons for the snow bunny crisis. This is one of the biggest reasons for the snow bunny crisis. Black men are out here mating with non-African women to lighten up the skin of their descendants. Black men are out here reproducing with non-African women to lighten up the skin complexion of their children. It is a form of ghetto eugenics. It is a form of ghetto eugenics, and black women are doing the same thing. Black women are out here making babies with non-African men to lighten up the skin complexion of their children. It is no secret that a lot of light-skinned people only date other light-skinned people. It is not a secret that a lot of dark-skinned people want to date light-skinned people. Brothers and sisters, I am not a light-skinned supremacist. I am not a dark-skinned supremacist. I am not a brown-skinned supremacist. I am a Pan-Africanist. I don't care what color my wife will be. I don't care if she's super light, bright, almost white. I don't care if she's blue, black, chocolate, original God. I don't care what color my wife is, because Marcus Garvey put red at the top of the Pan-African flag. I said the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey put red at the top of the Pan-African flag. Red. This P is for Pan-Africanism. This P is for Pan-Africanism. Yes, I'm from Philadelphia. Yes, I'm the king of Philadelphia. But this P is for Pan-Africanism. But the first color in the flag is red. And the reason the first color in our flag is red, because it is your blood that makes you an African, not your skin tone. It is your blood that makes you an African, not your skin tone. It is your blood that makes you an African, not your skin tone. Dr. Umar, do you think it will be beneficial for the identification of native blacks in America to establish ethnic groups based off of region and community? We all have the same foundation of blackness as a race standpoint, but ethnically there are fundamental differences if you grew up in Northern California or Alabama. Here's my answer, Brother Jacoby. Here's my answer. I think we already have enough differences. We don't need to promote anymore. I know that you are coming from a sincere place, Brother Jacoby, but I would say African people are fragmented enough, so I cannot support any further fragmentation of the African race. I cannot support any further fragmentation of the American African community. I cannot support any further fragmentation of the Caribbean African community. I cannot support any further fragmentation of the Central and South American African community. I cannot support any further fragmentation of the Canadian African community, or the South Pacific African community, or the Continental African community, or the Asian African community, or the European African community, or the American African community. No more fragmentation. We are an African people. And I hear you making mention of the cultural diversity amongst us. And there is some cultural diversity. But I would like for us, Brother Jacoby, to emphasize the cultural solidarity. I think you should read 𝚂𝚄𝙱𝚁𝙸𝙱𝚴's book, The Cultural Unity of Africa. I think you should read 𝚂𝚄𝙱𝚁𝙺𝚃's book, The Cultural Unity of Africa. Yes, he suffered from the snow bunny crisis. Yes, 𝚂𝚄𝚱𝚁𝚁𝙺 suffered from the snow bunny crisis. He had a white wife. Inexcusable. Frederick Douglass' second wife, when he was an old man, was white. Inexcusable. But 𝚂𝚄𝚱𝚁𝙺 was one of the greatest anthropologists, historians, and archaeologists the world has ever produced. Not just African people, but the entire world. So please read The Cultural Unity of Africa from 𝚂𝚄𝚱𝚁𝚺. We cannot promote fragmentation. Let's promote the red, black, and green flag. Let's promote one race, one people, one nation. One race, one people, one family. One race, one people, one family.